Mr. Avil Kumar HL. Mr. Avil Kumar HL is Head of Software Services, Industrial Quality Solutions, CAL, Zeus India Private Limited. With an engineering background, he has around 2 decades of professional experience working in the automotive, aerospace, and electronic industries. He started his career in Miani Precision, Makino, Singapore. Mr. Avil joined CAL Zeiss India in 2007 as an application engineer and later became head of software services. He has varied experience in areas of software application, sales, vendor development, implementation of Industry 4.0 in OEM, Tier 1, Tier 2 suppliers, integration with ERP software, with PyWeb, software business development, and product management. Mr. Avil has worked with many OEMs for product programming on site in Germany. Today, Mr. Avil will talk about digitalization, future heart of Industry 4.0. So, delegates, let's welcome Mr. Avil Kumar.
Today topic what we want to showcase here is the digitalization, future heart of the Industry 4.0. So as we know the definition of the digitalization, the use of digital technologies which will help us to change a business model and to provide a new revenue for our value producing opportunities. So it is a process where we move from analog to the digital businesses. The purpose is to enable the automation, increase the data quality, collect and structure all the data, and so that with which we can do the advanced technology which will help us in better and smarter software. So I'll just run a small video which will tell us how the software. Thank you. So as a word was told by Mr. Ramesh sir on, we need to have a right decision and right data. So the Zeiss PyWeb software helps in this. So we have seen a lot of transformation in digitalization. So whereas how we do the transfer of amounts and how we buy our products, and also if we come to our industrial scenarios, how we started using our verniers in the measurements, and how presently we are working with the instruments, and also how the log books have been converted into a smart display at the shop floors. So this slide, it is much more now introduced by our panelist, Mr. Saju and Mr. Ramesh. So to have a transformation in the digitalization, so earlier we have seen where there were like standalone metrology solutions, and there was like semi-automated. And coming to the digitalization, with the help of the digitalization, we have seen a lot of integrations from the robots, from the machines, and from the CMMs, and from the EDMs, and to the softwares. So one of the physical line that what Zeiss has introduced here, we can see the integration of the CMMs here and with all the manufacturing machines. So this is an integrated cell where the lot of digitalization has been put across into this particular cell. So as we have discussed, the standalone or manual, so it is like one of the machines where it is not connected to the machines. Semi-automated is one where we have been connected with the manual involvement, and there is a fully automated production cells where it will be controlled by a job manager, and there will be a loading system by the robot and the measuring machines and with the manufacturing machines. So the software where we collect most of the data is what we use the software called as PiWeb. So where the integration will be with respect to all the manual gauges or with the CMMs or with the instruments. And what it does is like it does all the statistical analysis, and also with which will help us to have a transparency and efficiency, so which will also be in line with Industry 4.0. So few things that what we know, like data is very important and for which will help us for decision making. So we know that there are like bits and pieces of information from all the feedback systems from the company. So one of the things where all the data can be captured at one particular location, and it can be showcased according to the region or maybe the plant or maybe a site wise. So if you see from the standard room inspections, the data will be pulled into a particular database, also from different suppliers also, and from the management and from the inland. So all data can be pulled into one particular database which will enable us to make decisions. These are like few documents that what Zeiss PiWeb can does, and where we can see the control charts, the process flow, the inspection plans, it can be created, and wherein which we can also work with the automatic or manual gathering of the informations. So which is also important in Industry 4.0, like few charts like as we told, CPCPK, XBAR, R chart, histogram, and inspection reports and run charts. This is one of the view or maybe a capability of the software where we can see the pictorial representation of the drawing, and along with that how the trend is moving. So if you see particular parameter which is mentioned in the drawing, it can be linked to a particular actual part, so that we can have a live data relation between the drawing and the part, and also with respect to the CAD model how the part is moving. So if we take a batch of products, we can see how the trend is moving. So this is one of the easy and better visibility of how future industry is calling for, because as we have seen, there is a lot of change in variety of the parts. So earlier days we used to run one part for nearly months together, so that everybody was knowing what is the drawing dimension, what is the tolerance. But nowadays, since the drawings and models gets changed, the life cycle of the part remains very less nowadays. So it will be the game changer, where the relation between the actual part and with the drawing and the CAD model is shown in a better way to the users and for the decision makers. A few reports for non-conformance and also the AD reports. So these are all the things which will be done automatically, and many dashboards where it is required for the decision makers, whether it may be in the shop floors, or it may be with the gauge management team, or it may be a vendor or maybe a supplier management, and if they need to do any audit plans here, and if they need to carry out any training for the suppliers, or maybe the in-house training skill matrix, how the level of the operators or the users are there, and what are the tool inspections, and also the AD reports. And digitalization, we are strong in powertrain industry, car body industries, and also mold industries and machining, and also in aerospace. These are like few customers what we have catered our digital solutions in India and in global markets. Thank you.